In 1936, Berlin hosted the Olympics. Hitler and the Nazis, aka Grandmaster Adolf and the Furious Führers, saw this as an opportunity to further their ideals and thrust Nazism to the world stage. 3 years later, in 1939, Germany invaded Poland, the act which began World War II. 6 years after that, as he realized the war could not be won, Adolf Hitler killed himself with a handgun. And back in 1933, King Kong hit theaters. That's 12 years between release and Hitler's death. I mean, he had to have seen it, right? Or at the very least heard of it. If so, what do you think? Well, as it would happen, Hitler and Goebbels were actually decent film buffs, especially Goebbels since the production of propaganda flicks was a large part of his occupation. The two often enjoyed viewing movies from Germany, America, and all over the world. As you may expect, the majority of films sent from across the pond to Deutschland ended up being heavily censored for the German public or banned altogether. The long list of films banned included All Quiet on the Western Front, Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator, both for obvious reasons, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and pretty much all horror movies. But now let's circle back to this video's main topic, King Kong. Yeah, that guy, the big monkey. King Kong was released the very same year the Third Reich began, and at first it was banned almost by default. However, after a full German overdub and extensive editing, it was able to be released in Nazi Germany under the title King Kong und die Weiße Frau. Among other things, the whole opening sequence of fetching a pretty lady for the film was cut, and the flick begins with Anne already on the boat and taking off to Skull Island. Not gonna lie, that kinda seems like removing some context from an already pretty short movie, but whatever, I'm not a Nazi. And now for the answer you're all here for. What did Hitler think of it? Well, he loved it. According to his good friend Ernst Hanfschnagel, the dictator reviewed the film many times and found it to be fascinating. Furthermore, it was likely Hitler's passion for the film which allowed it to be screened in the country at all. He also loved Die Nibelungen and Mickey Mouse. What's even crazier is that Mickey Mouse loved him back. So why'd I make this video? 1, I was bored. And 2, I think it can be interesting to talk about the worldly interests of otherwise completely evil figures in order to somewhat humanize them. After all, history's worst people are just that, people. Except for Stalin, he had to be a skinwalker or something. Anyways, have a good one. See you later.